right, crew, Abe the Cursed Chef is back, and today we're diving deep into a place that feels ancient, almost forgotten. This hushed grotto hums with a quiet primal power, a damp, earthy smell mixing with something sharper, something that makes my skin tingle with anticipation. Look at this beauty, nestled in a bed of ancient, moss-covered stone. The spin cap pulses a vibrant crimson, unnaturally bright against the gloom. Leela's psychometer is already screaming. She murmurs, "Abe, environmental energy readings are off the charts, 300% above baseline. It's active." My chef's hat, usually a steadfast anchor, feels subtly lighter, as if a gentle updraft is already at play beneath its brim. My weathered recipe journal is open to the propeller mushroom entry, the symbol practically vibrating under my finger as I trace it. The instructions are clear, a gentle touch, a focused intent to draw out its raw, dark energy for purification. I reach out, my fingertips brushing the crimson cap, and a sudden, strong hum rushes through my hand. Up my arm, a current of pure lift. It's not just a vibration now. My hat lifts, just a fraction, then settles back down. But the air around me is swirling with unseen forces. A strange lightness fills my chest, like my very breath wants to take flight. My feet feel less grounded, almost buoyant. This isn't just energy, it's a pull, a subtle, insistent urge to float. What do you think, crew? Is this the start of something truly airborne? All right, culinary adventurers, Abe the Cursed Chef is back, deep in the whispering woods. The locals whisper about the whirling demon cap, a fungus that steals breath and sanity. I navigate these treacherous, root-choked paths, every sense screaming caution. Even the smallest insects shy away from that glowing spin cap in the distance. A startled forest spirit, a blur of iridescent wings, darts past me, its flight path veering sharply to avoid the mushroom's eerie, pulsing aura. The local fauna exhibit profound avoidance behavior. Abe, Leela's crisp voice cuts through my focus, her analog spectrograph indicating a significant psionic disturbance around the mushroom. I repeat her warning. Profound avoidance, folks. A clear sign this isn't your average forest fungus. I grip my chef's knife, its familiar weight a comfort against the increasing pressure I feel building around my hat, a faint, almost imperceptible tremor. The air here tastes like ozone and damp earth, but a new, sickly sweet scent now tickles my nose, like rotting fruit mixed with something metallic. My head feels light, a strange buzzing starting behind my eyes. I hesitate, my hand hovering just inches from the mushroom's swirling cap. A sudden, sharp gasp escapes me as the air thins around the fungus, pulling at my lungs. It feels like the very breath is being siphoned away. My vision blurs for a second. A dizzying spiral of green and purple. What do you think we're dealing with here, crew? All right, crew, welcome back to the Grotto of the Glowing Fungi. Today we're tackling the legendary spin cap, rumored to hold the key to, well, something delicious, if I could only taste it. The air here smells like damp earth mixed with ozone, a sharp metallic tang, and a faint sweet decay, almost like overripe fruit left in a forgotten cave. My fingers, usually so precise, extend with seasoned grace towards the spin cap stalk, ready to make a clean, respectful cut. But as I brush its cap, the entire mushroom pulses violently, a deep, resonant thrumming that vibrates through the very stone beneath my boots. A shockwave erupts, a sudden, invisible force throwing me back hard against the rough, mossy wall. My chef's knife clattering uselessly against the cold rock. The air around the spin cap shimmers, reflecting my startled face like a warped, sentient mirror, almost watching my every move. Abe, the ingredient is registering a hostile biofeedback loop, Leela shouts, her voice strained as she struggles to hold her environmental scanner steady, its screen flickering wildly. I scramble back, abandoning culinary logic for pure, raw instinct, my hat lifting momentarily from the sheer force of the blast. It settles back, but now there's a faint metallic whir, audible only to me, a new unsettling hum beneath the ringing in my ears. What just happened, crew? All right, crew, this spin cap demands respect and a ritual. Standard acquisition is out. My knife stays sheathed. I pull a length of enchanted twine from my apron pocket, its silver threads glowing faintly, almost pulsing with a soft, internal light. The air around this massive, iridescent mushroom shimmers, like heat haze above a desert road, but it feels strangely cold, almost draining. I begin to chant a forgotten recipe incantation, my voice low and rhythmic, each word a thread in itself. I weave the twine around the spin cap's base, binding its escalating energy with rhythmic, deliberate movements. The mushroom thrashes, its vibrant bioluminescent glow intensifying and dimming in sync with my rhythm, like a struggling heart. Leela warns, its psychokinetic output is fluctuating wildly, Abe, mimicking a sentient struggle for autonomy. I grunt, sweat beading on my brow, a small hesitation in my rhythm. The rhythmic binding causes a strange counter-pressure on my hat, a definite, persistent hum now emanating from its crown. The fabric vibrates against my scalp, a low thrumming that feels wrong. It's like the mushroom is pushing back directly onto my head, a focused mental resistance. Did you feel that shift in the air, crew? Or was that just me? Ours a crew, check this out. This bound spin cap is a wild ride. The grotto shadows stretch and twist, morphing into grotesque shapes at my peripheral vision. Leela reports erratic pressure drops, localized gravity fluctuations around this ingredient. Gravity fluctuations, folks. I repeat, steadying myself as the ground tilts. This little guy is literally bending reality. I clutch the spin cap tighter, its captive energy seeping into my hands. An icy cold spreads from my fingertips, prickling my skin. I adjust the rough, fibrous binding, feeling shifts in its pulsating core. It smells like ozone and damp earth with a sharp, metallic tang, like a storm brewing inside a cave. The hum from my chef's hat has grown into a distinct, low whir. I feel a strange pressure on my scalp. Something unmistakably pushes outward from the hat's top. It's not just a feeling. I sense a distinct, hard shape forming, stretching the fabric. A small, almost crystalline spike emerges, catching the dim light. My grip on the spin cap falters as the hat tightens. Leela, are you seeing this? All right, crew, we found it. This ancient hearth pulsing with forgotten lore. The flickering firelight dances across these ritualistic carvings, telling stories I can almost smell in the smoky air. I place the bound spin cap onto this obsidian slab, its surface cool and dark. My grandmother's pestle and mortar, worn smooth from generations of use, feels heavy and right in my hands. I take a deep breath, ready to begin grinding, but a sharp, metallic tang suddenly fills my nose, like static electricity mixed with old iron. Then the whispers start, a cacophony of voices, too many to count, swirling around my head. Fleeting images flash behind my eyes, glimpses of impossible landscapes shifting and blurring. It's a mental assault, a high-frequency hum that vibrates in my teeth. Leela, ever vigilant, taps her geo-harmonizer. The ingredient is generating a high-frequency sonic feedback loop, Abe, and spatial distortion is registering, she calls out, her brow furrowed. I push through the mental noise, focusing on her words. Spatial distortion, meaning this isn't just cooking, it's a purification ritual. My hat's propeller, usually still, gives a single hesitant twitch, a silent promise of what's to come. The air around the hearth feels thick, almost chewy, and the carvings seem to ripple. I grip the pestle tighter, my knuckles white. Did you guys feel that shift in the air? Or was that just the spin cap messing with my head? All right, crew, welcome back to the Cursed Kitchen. Today, we tackle the spin cap, fresh from the shimmering mire portal. I'm gently heating the finely ground mushroom in this old cast iron skillet. The flames beneath it are already flickering with impossible colors, shifting from deep violet to electric green. The air around the hearth feels thick like warm syrup, and the very walls seem to breathe in and out. The scent of the spin cap is changing fast. It started earthy, damp like forest soil, but now it's sharp, metallic, almost like ozone after a lightning strike. My wooden spoon vibrates violently in my hand as I stir, a strange hum traveling up my arm. I almost drop it. Leela's voice cuts through the hum. Abe, my bioluminescence scanner is overloading. The ingredient is actively siphoning ambient light and energy. I press on, trying to keep my focus on the skillet. The reality-bending feedback intensifies, making the air warp and shimmer around the edges of my vision. My propeller hat, usually just for show, starts spinning at a slow, deliberate pace. It creates a small, localized downdraft, tugging at my hair and pulling the strange electric scent right into my nose. This is intense. Can you guys feel that pull in the air too? All right, crew, this is it. The propeller mushroom, purified and cooked, ready to challenge my cursed taste blindness. My makeshift hearth, built from salvaged, blocky stone, hums with residual heat, casting strange shadows on the mossy, green-tiled walls. I lift the spoon, the cooked mushroom steaming with strange, geometric patterns that twist in the air. The smell, it's a dizzying mix of damp earth, sweet syrup, and something sharply metallic, like old, forgotten coins. I hesitate, just for a breath, the weight of this experiment heavy in my hand. This could be the one. I bring the spoon to my lips. The first bite hits me like a physical blow, a violent, mind-shattering explosion of flavor erupting. Sweetness and bitter ash, a metallic tang, then bright floral notes all at once, fighting for dominance on my tongue. My vision blurs, the entire hearth spinning wildly around me, the blocky stones seeming to shift. Abe, I'm detecting massive energy displacement. Leela's voice cuts through the chaos, barely audible over a growing hum. Your biosignature is fluctuating wildly. A sudden, violent whirring erupts from my hat. The propeller, usually still, now spins erratically, creating a disorienting vortex above my head. It threatens to rip the hat from my skull as my senses reel. I feel a strange lightness, a pull upwards, my feet almost leaving the ground. The air around me crackles, smelling faintly of ozone and burnt sugar. What just happened, crew? Did we finally break through this curse? All right, crew, Abe here, and today we're tackling a real mind-bender, the propeller mushroom. This little fungi promises unique effects, and my taste buds are ready for anything. I just purified it, and the air already feels thick, almost buzzing. Now, watch closely as I prepare a simple infusion. I carefully slice the cap, the spores shimmering with an unnatural light. The room around me begins to stretch, then compress, like looking through a funhouse mirror. My perspective shifts, elongating, then shrinking, the walls bending into impossible angles. It's a kaleidoscope of warped images, a dizzying visual feast. I clutch my recipe notes, the familiar script blurring, reforming into strange, arcane symbols right before my eyes. I try desperately to anchor myself to the tangible paper. Leela, her voice strained, screams, "Environmental decay is accelerating exponentially, Abe. The localized temporal flux is becoming unstable." Her instruments spark and smoke, unable to cope. A strange lightness fills me, and the propeller on my hat spins with furious speed, generating a powerful localized wind. It threatens to lift me clear off the ground, a constant, dizzying force. The air now smells like ozone and burnt sugar, a truly bizarre combination. What do you see, crew? Is this just my curse acting up, or is the whole kitchen warping? All right, crew, Abe here, and if you thought mastering the propeller mushroom was the end of our reality-bending adventures, think again. Look around you. The vibrant energy we knew here, it's thinning, pulling back like a tide. Colors are sharper, yes, but also duller, like a painting left in the sun too long, losing its original brilliance. The very air vibrates with a low hum, a constant echo of that mushroom's power, a sound that now feels woven into my own being. It's a strange, metallic scent, like ozone mixed with old paper, a smell of fading memories. I'm holding the final dish, a single, perfectly balanced sphere, infused with its essence, shimmering faintly. Now, for the last, most delicate touch. With this ornate silver spoon, I carefully sprinkle a pinch of purified stardust onto the surface. My hand hesitates, just for a moment, feeling the weight of this final action. As the stardust settles, the world around us visibly thins. Almost transparent, the geometric structures of this place soften, blurring into an ethereal glow, losing their solid form. My voice, it feels deeper, resonating in my chest with a strange echo, a new vibration. The propeller on my hat spins faster, a constant whir, a permanent fixture, a part of me now. This dish, it changes things, permanently. And that, my friends, is how you truly master a cursed ingredient, by letting it master a piece of you. The taste, I can almost feel the reality shifting on my tongue, a phantom sensation, even without tasting it. What do you think we just unlocked?